You might. Upset the balance for a generation. 2. But don't fool yourself. In the end, nothing will change. Because everyone wants to live forever. They all think they have a chance at immortality, even though all the evidence is against it. They all think they will be the exception. But the truth is, for a few to be immortal, many must die. No one should be immortal if even one person has to die.
So I'm just strangled myself on chamomile tea of all things. Isn't that great? Oh man, I've got to tell you, I was wanting to do this actually Friday night, this show, but just things kind of ran a little crazy, you know, and wound up having two of the most awesome days with my wife, in which I don't even think I got on Facebook, but and she gave me an early Christmas present, the Samsung Galaxy tablet, which is awesome because I can run the teleprompter on it since my other teleprompter gave out on me. But yeah, chamomile tea, the dangers, you know. Okay, so here we go with the heater in the background because it's a chilly 30 tonight in Toyota Town, Kentucky. So welcome everybody, and by everybody I mean you, to another episode of the Demented Puppet Show. I'm your demented host, St. Kirill, and it's Monday, technically Tuesday. Whoops, the 13th. Oh, goodness. And the news just doesn't stop, though, does it? Crazy, crazy stuff in the news. An article, and this one actually really gets on my nerves, because I've seen this all throughout, you know, this year about the Dakota Access Pipeline. It's because I titled the show Fake News, and it seems to be a major topic for everybody right now, but, you know, fake news is not a new thing, you know. But an article from the New York Times, the title says it all. It says, North Dakota could be biggest loser in ruling against pipeline. It reads in part, Energy Transfer Partners, the nation's biggest pipeline operator, has lost hundreds of millions of dollars from delays in the completion of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Aw, poor guys. With only 71,000 miles of natural gas and oil pipelines, and the chairman and CEO, Kelsey Warren, is only worth $4.2 billion. How's he going to make it, the poor guy? The article says a standoff But the Standing Rock Sioux has cost them $80 million a month in losses. And here, this is what's coming out of. It's so funny because everybody gets on television and the radio and they're talking about fake news. Now, I'm not saying that the standoff has not cost that kind of money, $80 million a month. I'm not saying that's fake, but what I'm saying is the advent, the continuation of yellow journalism. They will only tell you the side that they want you to know. And I learned this actually back watching, the genius Bush Jr. get elected, or, whatever you want to call that. When they were doing a survey of the people, the example that was shown to me that I saw was a reporter went out and asked 20 people the same question, essentially. First, he asked the people, should illegal immigrants get free health care? And of course, those 10 people said no. And by simply rephrasing the question, should the children of illegal immigrants starve or go without medical care or education? They said no. So the same question, stated in different ways, can generate the response that you want. This is nothing new either. This is it's a psyops tactics is what it is. It's a tactic to generate the response that they want, and then when they publish the responses, all you see are the headlines that says 70% of Americans think illegal children should go hungry, because that's how it'll be written. So $80 million a month in losses to Energy Transfer Partners. But this article, what it's designed to do, is show the world that, quote, progress is not made when people stand for what's right in this world. You see, they can't put a value on the lifeblood of this earth, water, or can they? Last year, Nestle Corporation bottled city water, all while Sacramento, California, was experiencing its fourth year of record drought. Nestle water bottling plant drained up to 80 million. Here we go. Key number must be 80 million. 80 million gallons of water per year from Sacramento aquifers, while the people of this city began to face water restrictions and limitations, including fines. According to a coalition of Native Americans and other, quote, concerned people, and that's not sarcasm, Nestle paid only 65 cents per 470 gallons. And what do you think a water bottling company did with all that water they bottled? That's right, they sold it for a profit. In fact, while so many people of California were fined, neighbors having to go through the ridiculous plight of being reported for watering their lawns, washing their cars, Nestle was worth $247 billion as of May of last year. You see, profit is the source of the bottom line, and the bottom line must always result in profit. While that appears to be a somewhat redundant statement, it only appears to be. The greed of man will never cease, and we, you and I, are the pawns of a great game of chess. We're meant to be on the front line of an hourly war between the richest families on earth that own the governments. And we are scrapping, my friends, for even the very and every last dollar in your pocket. Don't have a dollar? That's okay. They'll take every cent you have, as long as you need food to eat, water to drink, a structure in which to live, a car that must have gas, or an illness that must be treated. Your livestock, and your only value to the business world, which is the entire world, is the amount of money you have or can get. They make the things you need, and you must buy them to live. But have you ever wondered about that system? If you're religious, no matter the religion, you are placed here by some divine gesture of whatever gods or goddesses who have placed you upon a planet designed solely for the purpose of your life. And they put in place a collective of corporations from whom you must purchase the privilege, not the right, to be alive. Your deity provided you with an atmosphere to breathe, food to eat, water to drink, a sun for warmth. And all of these things are somehow regulated by the governments of the world. You have to buy your food and water. Medicine that just grows out of the ground has been made illegal. No, not that plant, though it is medicine. The bitter almond tree, if you don't know. The bitter almond tree was banned in the United States in 1995. You know why? It is a significant source of vitamin B17. Vitamin B17 itself was also banned during the 80s. Although, despite its possibly being a potential cure for cancer. Now, the pharmaceutical companies can't have you growing something in your backyard that might affect the, $126.4 billion industry. Now, can it? No, they certainly can't have you growing your own medicine. That's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money. Oh, what's the reason, though, the FDA has given for banning the bitter almond tree? Why, it's poisonous, of course. They cite that B17 contains prussic acid. And I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Prussic acid. A chemical precursor to cyanide compounds. And hydrocyanic acid. Also in the cyanide family, obviously. Yet, get this, similar compounds exist in organic forms within most of our healthier foods. Meanwhile, humanity continues to produce alcohol, which results in nearly 88,000 deaths per year. Hell, I don't even know what the number of people who die in car accidents. But it's a lot, but yet they haven't banned cars. No, see, those cars, they consume the fuels that most of these people own the rights to. And owning the right to something that the earth gives is a stretch by every definition. 88,000 deaths per year from alcohol-related injuries, accidents, not to mention the toll it takes on the families. But the alleged 2 deaths, and I'm saying alleged, were from salmonella. That's all the FDA needed to ban the bitter almond tree. Currently, they're working on trying to ban kratom, too. And if you don't know much about kratom, you can actually do a little research and see that it has a multi-thousand-year history of reducing pain, swelling, all these things that the opiates that we get prescribed so freely today. Western medicine. Again, the pharmaceutical companies cannot have something natural take away from their profits. But as well as the bitter almond, the seeds of the apricot,